morning guys, what is going on? We're back on the van build again. We've got an early start this week. We've got a start on a Monday rather than a Saturday, so a couple of days off work and then we're going to be picking back up again at the weekend. Just a bit of a recap from last week's video. We finished the shower. Just need to sort the top bar of that bracket. I need to put a new rivet in there, a new raw plug, what they're called. So today's plans, we want to start working on getting the gas piping from, well, get this fixed in and get it piped to, we're going to have a stopcock valve underneath there. I'm going to run a straight piece of pipe across the kitchen and bring it out down here. And then we are going to, I'm going to have to start building the bed frame as I'm doing this because I need to make sure there's enough room to get the piping out. And then just next to the boiler there, I'm going to be putting in a water fill point. So I'll be drilling another hole in the side of the van and then the water tank's going to sit down here. So I think I'm going to get started with the fixing the shower bracket first, and then we shall start on the good stuff, the gas. So yes, stay tuned. So this is one of the first deliveries that we've had come through. This is our clean water tank. I forgot to film it before, so apologies. So this is a 80 litre tank. It comes with all the fittings. You have to put them in yourself, because you see I've cut a hole through here. This is going to be for the clean water inlet, so it's going to sit in there. We'll just get some silicone on there. And then we've got a load of other fittings as well that we need to put in. We've had stacks of deliveries, you can see there. We're just literally just full of crap. So that is basically everything for the build. So I'm going to get the inlet, I'm going to get the breather pipe situated here, and then I'm going to have the cold water feed sitting down here somewhere, possibly here. Seems a bit softer. So yeah, we'll get that cracking and then yeah, get that put on the van. So that is all of the 3 outlets on. The one that's taped up, I cocked up a little bit on that one. Went too close to the edge so I couldn't get the back on. So what I've had to do is Sikaflex it in and hoping, I mean it is only the breather pipe. These ones are the main water fill. So yeah, I'm hoping that this one will remain waterproof. I don't intend on having too much water, but I don't want that leaking out. So, but it's not going to be under pressure, so I'm fingers crossed. If not, I don't really know what we'll have to do on that. I might have to get possibly another tank, or I'll have to look to see if I can get an extended thread from anywhere. So yes, that's that tank done. Now I need to work on the waste tank. So that's the waste tank all plumbed up. We've got the drain on there, so that'll sit on the outside, and then we've also got the inlets which will sit on the inside. Now I just need to put the depth gauge into the clean water tank, so we've got the electric level inside the van. So that is the level gauge installed there. Let's put some Sikaflex around us to seal it. Quite straightforward. Just drill a 57mm hole and drop it in, and it's got 3, I don't know if you can see in there, there's like metal pins that obviously measure the level, and then you just hook it up to a little clip that just sits on somewhere in your van, and then you can just click on it, just quickly see how much water you've got in your van still. So that was straightforward, and that is that's all the tank prep done, ready for the install. I just need to make sure that that is stuck, so I'm probably going to put some more Sikaflex on there, but I think I need to clean the kitchen now because it's in a right shit tip and Ollie's going to go nuts at me. So we can't fit this thing because I need an 85mm hole saw, which I've ordered from Amazon, so that'll be coming today. So we're moving on to the hob. So with these hobs you get a natural gas fitting there and there, and in your pack you'll have, if it's an LPG pack, you'll have a, oh, what's not focusing? You can just see there's 2 little gold brass nozzles. We need to switch those out. The reason for that is because they let a little bit less gas through. Well, we're not focusing today. There we go. Yeah, so we just need to switch those out, and then we'll flip it over and have a look at the underside. So with these, all you needed is a 7mm sort of socket, and they just literally, it says, unscrew just like that, and then you just change them out for the other ones. And the only reason for that is literally the flow of gas. So if you fit LPG and you've got a really high gas flame, it's because you need to change these things, these little brass things out. So yeah, let's install the new ones. One thing you will also notice is if you look at your smaller burner, you can zoom in on it, it's got a lot smaller hole than this one, which is the bigger burner. So you can see that's a deeper hole, but there's obviously the hole inside, so let's get this switched. That's those all installed now. You can see it's a lot smaller hole than that one. It's slightly bigger than the other one on the smaller burner, but yeah. Just one thing for this video though, anything you do see me, I'm not a gas expert or a plumber or anything like that. It's all self-research that I've done online, so yeah, take what I tell you with a pinch of salt. We will get this gas tested once it's all done. It's just something we wanted to do ourselves in the build, just to say that we've done it, but we will get somewhere to check it over. I've got leak detection spray as well, and I've got an idea of what we're doing, so yeah, fingers crossed it all goes well. But yeah, like I say, I'm not an expert, so don't use this as a gospel advice. Do your own research or get an expert to do it for you. The next part of the conversion for the hob you need to do is you need to install this. This is the LPG conversion, so you basically unscrew this and then you pop this on. Now, because I'm going straight into 8mm copper solid pipe, this is more for if you're going onto flexi hose, so you can just clamp your flexi hose on there and put your gas bottle underneath the cupboard. So we actually decided to go against that, so I'm going to buy a compression fitting. Sorry, not a compression fitting, I can't actually remember the name of these. Compression's the ones that got the olives. So this is just a normal fitting. There's going to screw on there like that with some gas tape, PTFE tape, and then we can go direct into an 8mm pipe, and then I'm going to run that into a manifold that's going to be under there, so we can turn it off if we need to isolate the hob. We will also have an isolator at the back of the van as well, but it's just something I wanted to put in. So I'm going to get this fitted and tightened up, and then we can start to have a look at the bend for the manifold, and then go from there. What I have done is I have taken the factory standard outlet off, and I've added some of the gas PTFE tape just for a bit of a belt and braces approach, just to make sure. So yeah, I'm going to install that back on now. This is some of the bits we've got. We've got a 10-metre coil of 8mm copper pipe. It is quite malleable, so you can bend it, but I would recommend getting some proper pipe benders if you want to do a neat installation. These are quite cheap, I think about £12. The gas manifold we've got that's going to go under, so we're going to run this from here into this gas manifold, and then it's going to be a straight pipe that goes all the way through the kitchen, so we can isolate the gas into the hob. One thing with LPG as well, what you want to do is you want to get some copper olives, and the reason for that is they're much softer and you do get a better connection, but they are the recommended olive to use when you're using compression fittings with LPG. So yeah, make sure you get yourself a couple of bags of these. They're really cheap, they're about, I think about £4 a bag. And then last thing is get yourself a really good brand new pipe cutter. Now you want to get a clean cut when you're cutting the pipe, just to make sure that you get a solid connection. So yeah, just make sure you get one of these. So yeah, we're going to now get this connected to the manifold with this little adapter here, and yeah, I'll show you where we are when we've got done that. So this has just taken me about 45 minutes to make this first bend. Then pipe cutters are not the easiest to use, so make sure you practice them. You can see that I've gone through quite a bit of pipe. What happens is the pipe ends up, you end up getting flat spots in your pipe, so I didn't really want that. So I'm going to yeah, I'm going to get this hooked in under here now and then attach the manifold, and then I'm going to clip that up, and then I can start drilling through the cupboard to get a straight piece. But we're making progress, guys, we're making progress. So we've finished putting the manifold on, so that'll be our little stopcock under the sink, and this is all connected up with gas PTFE tape. With these compression fittings, you're just supposed to nip them tight, not go too tight, because I think you can damage the olive. But now we've done with this side of the hob, I'm going to put some of this foam tape around it that comes in the pack. Just put it around the edge of the glass just to make it a little bit softer, stop any rattling. And then we're just going to fix it underneath with these fixing kits. And yeah, we'll go from there. So one thing I do need to do now is I need to start making the bed frame supports, if you like, just to make sure that I'm got enough clearance either side of them. So I'm going to crack on getting the outer frame, so I'll go across and do the legs, and I will do the cutout for the fridge as well. So I just need to empty the van out and get on with that, so I'll get back to you once that's all done. So what I've done here is I've just put the frame in so I can see what gap I've got at the side of these cupboards, and then this side is just for the support. So I'll put the fridge back in situ and we put this crossbar, but we've actually lowered the bed, I think by about 6 inches, so when the mattress is on it won't be such a big jump to actually get on it. It should sit just below the worktop, so hopefully it'll be nice and easy to get on top of now. So yeah, I'm going to start drilling some holes through the cabinets. Yeah, so let's get going. Kind of deviated from the plan a little bit, so I drew the 3 holes through there. I'm blowing out the other side, so I need to paint that. But what I need to do now is I just need to cut a notch out this sink for this thing. So that just sits in there. There we go. See on the camera. So I'm just going to multi-tool that out, and then hopefully like I can fix the sink in place then, and then we can start cabling that up. So yeah, plumbing's working. We're actually plumbing stuff. So we've got the gas manifold underneath, and what I've done is I've run a solid bit of pipe through all these cupboards. I need to clamp it up, and then I've put it through there. Shut up, Siri. But yeah, I need to sort this cable out because it's going all the way back there. But I wanted to keep it in one piece, so there was minimal joints, obviously for leaks. So yeah, I'm just going to get the bend sorted for that now. Wish my Siri had shut up. And yeah, hopefully we'll get. Well, I've had the gas locker delivered in that black bag there, so we'll take a quick look at that and then see where I can put it. Gas locker fitted, as you can see down there. I've just cut a hole for the gas dropout now. I was sort of looking where I could put it, and I did want it in that back corner there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it in, so I think I'm going to have to sit it behind this fridge. That seems a decent place for it to go, and I can just reach in and get the bottle out when we need to. Or alternative, I could put it behind the boiler. I'm not 100% sure yet, so I'll decide and then I'll come back. So 265 hours later, we've managed to get the hob in. We've managed to plumb it in there with the stopcock, and then we have cabled it through, making sure that we follow the regulations of clamping it to the wall every 250mm. And then what we've done is we've run it all the way down here. Now, granted, this bit doesn't look the best at the minute, but yeah, we'll sort that out. I might put an elbow in there or something, but we've managed to get a loop back round to the manifold. So we're going to decide that the gas locker sits there. So yeah, I'm going to get that installed now and then run the pipe to the boiler. I'm literally having the worst time of my life right now with this gas locker. I've just got the regulator fitted, and then some copper pipe going down the back to fit into the manifold there. Fuck me, it took me nearly all afternoon to do it. Literally spent like 3 hours just trying to get this gas locker sorted. Eventually I just ended up screwing, so I'm going to have to take those screw holes and then paint them. But yeah, there was no gas vent in it. Got it off eBay, and yeah, I'm not that impressed with it, to be honest. It barely fits the safe fill bottle when it's custom built for safe fill, so we shall carry on. That is the gas locker all installed. We've got the regulator on, we've got the pigtail on, got the dropout vent in there if there's any leakages. And then over this side, just need to peacock it down, but we've got it connected to the manifold, which runs off to the kitchen. And then I just need to run another piece for the boiler, but I'm going to run that after I've done all the cold and hot water feed. So yes, I think I'm going to probably now actually going to start on the cold and hot water, but I'm going to get this sink fitted because I took it out and never finished it, so I'm going to get that done. Literally got shit everywhere. Hallie's going to kill me when she comes back, but this is the hose we've got. So I'm going to connect up the sink now. I'm going to put the tap back in and then connect the 2 hose points up. We've got loads of stuff on here, so you know, some good things like clean pipe connectors, the inserts, got loads of brackets, we've got stacks of stuff, but I'll try and show you as I'm doing it. These are the connections we've gone for. These are the John Guest Speed Fit. Oh, I'll drop that one. This one's to connect the taps to an 8V Speed Fit connection. I'm going to wrap some PTFE tape around that before I connect those to the taps, but just to make sure, belt and brace approach. But yeah, this is where you'll start racking up your prices, these, because you never know how many you'll need. So before you start your project, it's probably worth ordering just a batch like we've done. I think we've probably got way too many, but yeah, it's worth having them all because guarantee we'll need one that we don't have. I'm working on John Guest stuff, like the Speed Fit stuff. It's always worth just to get yourself a brand new pair of slips or a very sharp pair. You clean the cut the less problems you'll have. So that's the hot and cold feed for the kitchen sink in. I just wanted to get those in. I've just literally dumped the coils down there. I want to continue with those tomorrow, but I wanted to get the sink in today with the breather drain, whatever they are. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I'm going to put that sink in now and then I'll get it all sealed up. Morning guys, we are back on the vans again this morning. Sorry I cut it off short last night. We ran out of daylight and yeah, just wanted to get wrapped up and put all the tools away. So run it another day today. Yesterday we'll just do a quick recap what we did. I've not emptied the wood out yet, so I just need to swing around. So let me just put some lights on in here. So we fitted the sink, that's all plumbed up underneath. I have got another vent I need to put in this morning, and then we also ran the LPG down here. Granted the pipes don't look the best at the moment, I'll get those clamped. And the plan of attack for today is we're going to get the water fill point put in there, and hopefully, depending on how difficult the boiler is to, I don't want to get the water going into the boiler just yet, but hopefully we might be able to test the actual water for any leaks. So that is the plan for today. Spin your bit around. So yeah, so going to get that done at some point. Got quite a long day, it's quite an early start today, but it is very damp outside, so I need to try and put my wood somewhere where it's not going to get damaged. So yeah, let's get cracking, and we'll start with the fill port, which we've got one of these to go in. So I'm just going to put this on the outside. It's got a little breather hose on it, and then it's got the fill point on there. I do need to show you the tanks as well, actually. Yeah, so we've got the underslung tank fitted. I'll show you that at some point. We got that fitted by a garage just because it was easier to get them up on the ramps to fit it. But the clean water tank is inside the back there, which you've probably seen yesterday. So yes, let's get cracking. So that's the water port all installed now. Nice clean job. And underneath you can just see the tank hanging down as well that we had fitted. So I suppose I've just sorted the boxes out between gas and water, so I suppose now's a good time to go through some of the stuff you'll need for when you're doing your gas plumbing and your water plumbing. So we'll start off with the first box. I know I've gone through probably some of this stuff. So first thing you'll need is a pipe bender. Now this one is quite difficult to use. They're about £11, but you will need a pipe bender. You just got to be careful you don't put flat spots in your pipe with those. Next thing you'll need is some gas PTFE tape. It's slightly thicker than the water PTFE tape. If you've ever seen water PTFE, it's like so thin, but this is slightly thicker. You will need this for your gas connections. Next thing you'll need is a pipe cutter. These things are really good. You just literally clamp it onto the pipe, twist it a couple of times, and you'll get a really good clean connection, clean cut on your pipe. And I've said yesterday, copper olives. Make sure you get some copper olives when you're doing your LPG kit. They're a lot softer, so you do get a better compression connection with those. So make sure you do use those. And then you probably want a couple of wrenches, different sizes. These will be lifesaver. You'll need these. And I think, oh, and other than copper pipe, that's it really. So we will just chuckle this back in out. So moving on to the water side. This is where it gets a little bit more. So this is the pipe cutter. So this is the pipe cutter. It'll give you a really clean connection, clean cut, sorry, and to make sure you get a really solid connection when you put your inserts in there. Always make sure you have these when you're working with the plastic piping for your water. These are just some 19mm to 19mm waste connectors, adapters. Basically what that is so I can join from the sink down into the 19mm waste pipe. And I found a way to do that. So one of the things, actually, I'll show you that when I fit in the waste. I'll come back to that. These are your these are for the trimmer boiler, so you won't get these if you've not got the trimmer boiler. However, I did buy another one of these. They're really good to stick on just on the next piece outside of your water tank. If you ever want to drain off your water tank, you just open this valve and it will just drop out onto the floor. Really good thing to get. I think they're about £15, but worth having in your system. You want some water PTFE tape. As I say, this is really thin stuff. This is. You want to make sure you've got this on all your compression fittings. You don't need it on your John Guest fittings. your speed fits, but it's definitely worth getting this. These are your pipe cable connectors, so you can lock your cable in. You put it in, bolt it to the wall, and then clamp it down. Just gives you a really neat finish when you piping up. So I did get quite a few bags of those, to be fair, and they do join together as well, so you can lock them together. These are your inserts, so they have fallen out of the bag. But these are what you push inside the end of the pipe, and it gives you a solid piece at the end of the pipe. You want to make sure you use these on cold and hot. I have seen people just use these on the hot water pipe, but you want to use it on cold as well, and it'll give you, make sure they're really pushed home and they're solid. This is a brass to speed fit, so it's a 1/2 inch VSP to speed fit. Now there is a general rule of thumb when you're working with water is not to put metal to plastic, so you need to get an adapter like this. Now I have gone metal to plastic on the shower, so I don't know how that's going to work. If not, I'll have to get try and find some female VSP to speed fit connections for the shower if they do start to leak. But I have used PTFE tape on them, so I'm hoping they should be fine. But yeah, the general rule is don't use plastic on brass. Use a brass to plastic connector, and then you can go from plastic onwards. Again, more of the push inserts, you'll need plenty of those. This is an isolator valve, so you can stop the flow, so you want to have these one out after you filter and before you filter. You just literally, it's just like a gas valve, you just turn it and it just stops the flow of water to your water pump, so you can isolate. So I've got a couple of those for the system. These are your wire split pieces, so if you want a single piece to go into a twin piece, so if you've got one channel, you want 2 cold water feeds, you can either use this or you can use a T-piece like this. Some people prefer to use these, but yeah, I've got both of those. But yeah, that's your T-piece, so if you want to branch off somewhere, so you're going to your shower and want to sink, you can do using these T-pieces. These are your non-return valves, so if you can see there's an arrow on there, so basically the water can only go one way through and it can't go back. These are really good to have before your boiler, so make sure you get a couple of these when you're doing your build. I think they are just literally called non-return valves, these. And this is your drainage tap, so you can fit these onto your tank. So we've got one in our waste tank. You just basically drill a hole through, and you can just turn the tap, and it allows you to empty your waste into the drain. There's another T-piece. These are a 90-degree elbow, so these are really good for making your bends. So if you're coming down from a counter, you put one there and make a new connection. But yeah, you can use these in all different directions. It's worth getting a load of these because you underestimate how many you'll actually need. And I think for connections, that's it. Oh, this is a barbed hose adapter. So this is I used this for a breather pipe, but it didn't work too well, so I've used a different one. But yeah, this is just a barbed adapter. You could plug some, I think it's 13mm hose. I can't remember what the size hose is, but yeah, you can Jubilee clip that on there. And then we have the water filter. So this sits before your shore flow pump. Now the reason you want one of these is because if you get any bits in there, they will just fall inside of this mesh, and then you can just literally pop this off and clean the mesh out every now and then. It just stops any big bits. If you've got any dirt that gets into your tank or any pieces of plastic, it will stop them going into your pump and knackering it out. But that is pretty much it. I think there's some, yeah, this is just a standard straight piece. The ones with the arrow, one of the non-return valves as well. But yeah, it's worth, like I said yesterday, it's worth getting a lot of connections because you never know how many you'll actually need. I'm sure I'll pretty much run out. I know I've got quite a lot, what looks like I've got quite a lot here, but yeah, the chances are I am going to need more elbows. So yeah, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that, and then I'll let you know once it's all installed how much I've actually got left. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you that bit of information for when you're looking to set up and start your build. Now, if you're wondering like me for your waste, it's quite difficult to actually get a pipe that goes to a 19mm waste outlet, which is what we've got on the tank. So what I did find here was a dishwasher or washing machine adapter. So it's a 40mm to dishwasher, and it just screws on the U-bend like that, and then you can literally just put your pipe on there and run it straight through. So I'm hoping this should work. But this U-bend will obviously stop the smells coming through. For our shower, we've got one of these now. They only seem to be available in America. It's called a flexible camper from flexible camper pipe from Camco. So basically, I don't know if you can see in there, there's like a little U-bend. It just screws onto your basin socket, and there is it looks like a plug there as well. But you can just cut this off and basically use one of these brass connectors wherever they've gone, and join it together with your other 19mm pipe, and you're away. So I'm going to use it on the shower. So we've got a bit of a U-bend on the, well, it works as a U-bend on the shower, stop any bad smells coming from waste tank. So yeah, but these are only available from America. We did find one on Amazon. They do have them, it says temporary out of stock on Amazon, but yeah, these are brilliant for what you need, and just makes life a lot easier. So this is the water pump setup we're going for. So this is the filter we spoke about earlier. And then this is the 30 millibar, is it? Water pump, or 30 bar. And then we've got an accumulator as well, so this keeps the pressure. You just get a constant flow like you would in your house. Now, I know what I was saying about my getting as many fittings as you need. These actually come with a BSP style fitting, so I need to get 2 more of those that are on the shower for us to be able to actually use these. So I can't actually get the water, so I'm just going to continue with the plumbing, and then we'll go from there. So it's day 3 on the van build. We've got the connections we needed. Last time I was with you, we had a few missing pieces. We've ordered those and they've all been delivered. We're well rested now because we're quite fatigued after the 5-day stint we did on the van. So today's plan is we're going to get the remaining of the water done, and hopefully if we can get the gas pipes up, we'll go and fill the gas bottle up, and then we'll test the gas as well. But predominantly today it's going to be filling up, completing the water pipes and getting the boiler plumbed from the water side so the water can flow through it. Yeah, and then we'll focus on the gas. So yeah, let's get cracking. We were missing a couple of pieces for the ends on here, so this is what we've ordered. We've ordered some 1/2" BSP to 12mm speed fit. So we'll get some plumb tape on these, we'll get these adapters added on, and then we'll work on getting a board at some point through today to get that mounted, so we can get it all plumbed in and working. Well, we lasted about 5 minutes before rain stopped play, so as you can see, it's chucking it down. So we're just gonna have to wait until we've got a gap in the weather so I can get into the back and have the doors open. But on another note, on fixing the back doors, I managed to fix the lock on the back door, so it now works with the central lock in. I don't even know how I fixed it, but I did. So win-win. Disaster already.
You're so negative. Well, it's not been a disaster.
It is, because we've run out of these, so we've had to order these again. Don't underestimate how many of these you need. I'd get like 200 if you can. But we have got the pump and accumulator on the wall, and we've got the cold water from the tank plumbed in. So I just need to get the boiler cold water plumbed in. I'm just wondering, I need to count how many of these I've got left. I've only got about 6 or 7 left, so should be able to get that plumbed in. But yeah, all the cold water's plumbed in now to the shower, as you can see around the back. You need to go around the back.
Where around the back?
On the wall, where the pipe was.
I just showed her.
Oh.
Underestimate.
Yeah, when we run out of the, what they're called, the inserts, we'll try and get that bit of copper pipe that we've got out there to fit, to come round and under and then up into the boiler. See if we can get that done today. Because thank God for Amazon, we can get a out for delivery before 10 o'clock. And then we're good to go. What are you doing today, Ellie?
Nothing. Sitting watching you. No, at some point I am going to paint, but I need you to finish whatever you're doing under the sink,
so I
can actually get to painting this bit.
Yeah, there is some things we can get on with today. We can get the drain put in under there, and then we can probably look at getting them piped up to the tank. And then it's time to build the bed, Ali.
Yeah.
So what have we been doing, Alison?
I don't know. I don't know how to describe what we've been doing. I've been under the van, tying zip ties around some cable for the plumbing, but you're probably better explaining what I've actually been doing.
So because we ran out of those bits for the water parts, we've actually fitted the waste pipe. So we've just gone from a U-bend to a dishwasher or washing machine pipe into the 19mm straight through the floor. We've zip tied that underneath the van. We've connected the shower up as well. We've had to go to screw fix and get some more bits. So now it's the big
switch on. Well, it's
it's
not
not
the switch on, but it's...
Let's put water down the drain first and see.
Make sure that it's not leaking anywhere that it shouldn't be.
Do you want to take over?
Yes.
Oh God.
Here we go,
Do I go with a little bit or do I just go for it?
Just put a little bit down to start with. Alright, that'll do, that's a little bit.
Let's see, is it only wet? I don't know if there would be, would there?
Hopefully not.
It's probably not even filled the trap because it's got a trap in it, so...
So do a little bit more, just don't do too much. Right, stop there. I think you can see leaks by now if we had any.
We've not looked, have we? So let's have a look. Nothing.
Can't see.
Doesn't look to be anything under there.
Are we all clear?
Think so.
Woohoo!
It might be. Is it weeping a little bit? No. I don't really know.
Do you want to try putting more down? Just to be double safe.
Yeah.
Just put the whole lot down.
Are we testing the shower?
Yeah, we're gonna have to, aren't we?
Shower I'm not too worried about because that goes straight through to the floor.
Right, I think we should definitely see water by now if there was going to be any.
Right, so it is draining, but...
Is that making you need a wee?
Right, so the water's stopped, which is worrying. Why has it stopped? Why has it stopped?
Stop draining?
Yeah.
Okay, so thankfully the water has drained away now. We think it's because we weren't parked straight, so hopefully when we've got some chocks that will sort that out in future. But yeah, it's nice and clear now, drained away as it should, thank God. I think we're going to start packing away for today, but while Josh is just having a sort out of the tools and stuff in the van and bringing them back inside, I think I am going to put the toilet into situ. So I thought I'd show you the toilet that we've got for the van. Right, here we go, now you can see it properly. So it's the Thetford Porta Potty 565p. I know a lot of people go for like the more like boxy shape toilets. They're quite popular. They are a lot cheaper than this one, but the reason that we wanted this one is because it's a little bit taller than like the square shaped ones. So Millie's having a look at the toilet. So we thought it might be a bit better, like height wise, a bit easier to sit down on, because you know we're getting old and that now. So we wanted one that's a bit easier to sit down on and get up from. And also I think it's quite a like nice looking design as well for a toilet. As far as toilets go, it doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to unbox it now and show you. Okay, here it is out of the box. I'm going to leave the plastic covering on just to keep it protected while we're still working in the van. But hopefully you can see what I mean, that it's a bit taller. So I think like the squarish ones come to about here, whereas this is a little bit taller. Yeah, it's a toilet. There's not really much more to say, is there? You do what you need to do in it. Also with this toilet, you can get, I think it's an electric flush. We've gone for the manual one because it's literally just a pump that you press down just to flush it. You can get an electric one if you want to be a little bit more snazzy, but I think it's like an extra 50 quid more, so we thought we'd just go for the manual one. There we go, that's the toilet now sitting in place, so that's where we'll keep it during the day. Obviously when we're having a shower we can take it out, move it elsewhere so it's not getting water all over it, but yeah, it fits neatly in there. Really pleased with that. Today's the day, Josh.
I'm nervous.
It's the big water switch on.
The boiler's not plumbed in, but all the water pipes are plumbed in, so it's just a case now I just need to put a positive and negative wire to the water pump and hope for the best.
Wish us luck.
This is a scary point.
Please, please be no leaks.
Well, this is only filling it up, so I'm hoping it don't leak when we're filling it up. I want to put this down somewhere. Oh God, these ain't easy to get out. Oh God. Tell you what, just get out of my pocket. Would you like to go and do the honours of switching the
water on?
Yeah.
Right, the water is on. I can hear it going in.
This isn't even under pressure yet.
Oh, I can hear it.
You can see it in the tube, look.
Oh yeah. Sounds like, you know when you go to a spa and you get in the hot tub?
Yeah.
Well, it's looking good so far. I can't see any wet.
This is the moment of truth. Right, so we've got it, the water pump wired in. I hope I've got it wired in the right way, because it's a one way. So
What's the water pump? That on the wall
that
there?
on the wall, the actuator. So I'm going to release the water flow.
Ah!
So there's water now going to the tap. This is where we start to pressurise the system now. You ready?
Yeah. Can hear it. Oh, it sounds scary. We're just on the lookout for water. Make sure it's not leaking anywhere. So far, so good.
Might worth you just have a look under the sink.
Well, there's nothing coming out the shower. So you check under the sink, yeah? The fridge has been moved, hasn't it? I can't open that door.
Right, do you want to just
Well, there's nothing wet under there at all.
do you want to just turn the tap on but not really? It's not pressurised.
Alright, here we go.
It's
So
gonna
on
splutter.
cold, yeah?
It's going to splutter, yeah.
It's not doing anything.
Pull the tap back then to open it. Do you hear air?
Oh, yeah, now doing, yep.
So it's going to let the air out of the system.
But there's no water coming out of it yet. Should there be water coming out the tap? Oh, 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 oh!
Let it
We have
splutter.
water!
Let it do its thing.
Yay! Oh,
Right.
oh, stop, we have a leak in the shower. We've got a...
Now, is that tap on?
yeah, well, yeah, I've pulled it out. Do you want it out?
Yeah.
So leave it out. Okay, so panic over. Apparently that is fine because you've not plumb taped it or something or other.
It's absolutely fine.
Okay, good. All right, well, we have water coming out the tap. That's good. So unfortunately, we do have a leak. Seems to be coming from the tap. We think we've established that it's coming from the hose bit. So this tap has like a pull-out hose here, so you can pull it out and basically wash around the sink. We think that's where it's coming from. So we're trying to work out what we can do with it because it's leaking quite a lot.
It's like it's missing an O-ring.
Hope we didn't chuck it away. Hope it wasn't in the box and we've binned it or something.
I don't know why it would be.
So we're trying to fix it now by fudging an O-ring for it out of tape.
Just want to see if this will work.
Hopefully this will do the job. I really don't want to have to get a new tap.
I think there's a fault on the tap. They should have sent the O-ring, shouldn't they?
Looks like it.
We wouldn't have chucked it away because well, it's just not something that would come off. A couple more. Scared of getting a load of water here.
We have a working shower. Just need to try and scoop all the water into the middle because we're at an angle, aren't we, on the driveway. At least the shower's working fine.
I suppose
Thank God.
I I think. Let's drain that.
I ran inside to grab some like emergency towels in case there were any more leaks. Look how old school this is. Woolworths towels. Just to clarify, these are dog towels. We don't use yellow towels in the house, especially not as old as Woolworths ones. Right, we're going to try the tap again now.
Still weeping.
Oh, is it?
I don't know what.
Shit.
It's not bad though. Some force on that. Oh god, that is leaking.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so I don't know what we're doing with that.
Guys, oh my god. So we don't need a new tap after all that. Thank God. So it turns out...
I found a washer.
Yeah, we had a part all along that fixed the leak. So now it's working.
Tip for you, never throw away your instructions, because I literally found, I can't find the image, but there was a picture of a washer and an Allen key, and I remembered I got a packet with an Allen key in it, and I so found the packet. It's got a little washer in it that sits above where this bit pulls out. But yeah, it's dry.
And it's fixed it, thank God. So let's see it in action then.
So we've got the single hose, we've got the...
Yay! Oh, I'm so relieved that's fixed.
And we have no leaking shower now either.
Oh, I'd say demonstrate it, but I can't be asked to scoop all the water out again. But yeah, luckily that all works as well, so phew.
I think that's a pretty, now, I mean...
We're watertight, aren't we?
I need
Which
to
is
just
good news.
have a quick look around the back just to make sure everything's dry in the back, but...
Yeah. Oh, thank God. This was the most like worrying stage, isn't it? Because you don't want water going anywhere in your van, especially when the majority of it's all wood.
But yeah, I'm glad that it's all sorted now. I knew there must have been something, a reason for that.
Yeah.
Because it was just leaking way too much. It wasn't like it needed PTFE tape or anything. There was just something causing it to leak.
Oh, I'm so relieved.
So yeah, we've got... Do you know what though? These actuators as well, let me show you. So if you get in a van and you get in a water system, get one of these. It's that black thing there, that's an actuator. And what that does is if you've not got one of those on there, you'll get a pulsating water stream. So go zzz, 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 zzz. This gives you a nice constant pressure. Yes, over the moon with that, aren't we, Bill?
Oh yeah, proper. I'm well pleased now. Can crack on with other things, like decorating.
It's not the painting now.
Right guys, now that the tap debacle is all sorted, we're on our way to fill up for the very first time with LPG gas. So first of all, we need to find somewhere that actually supplies the gas, and then we're going to give the bottle its first fill up. We're still in the car, we're still looking for gas. That's 3 petrol stations that we've been to now, and none of them supply LPG gas. So we're driving quite a way out now, and hopefully this one has some. So
you read online, didn't you, the stuff it? You explain.
So from what I've read online, it sounds like petrol stations are trying to phase out LPG gas stations, and they're swapping them for the electric charging stations instead. And I think that's meant to be complete by 2024. So it may potentially be an issue for us to fill up this LPG bottle, which I think, well, everyone, yeah, which is why I think we're struggling to find places that are supplying this LPG gas, because a lot of them have swapped over already. We've actually just been to one that used to supply it and has now swapped to an electric charging station, so that was a no-go.
The website still shows it wrong.
Yeah.
So check on, is it Autogas?
Yeah, check I think it's autogas.app, and that tells you the locations that supply LPG gas, but it's probably worth ringing the petrol station before you head over there just to make sure that they still actually do supply it and haven't swapped it. Right, we're at the petrol station. They have the gas. Let's try and fill it up. Yeah, if you can get it out.
Are you recording?
Yeah, I want to see you do it. This is a big step.
Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing myself here. Is that it?
It looks like it.
Right then. I think that's it, is it?
How can you tell if it's filling up or not?
Well,
is there like a dial or anything?
There we go. Will let me do it? Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, so it's going to start now. Is it? Oh, I can hear something.
So you're not doing it?
I don't hear it. This is a learning curve. I mean, I can hear something, but there's nothing coming out. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's working.
I don't know.
Remember when I read on the website?
You have to keep your finger on it whilst you're doing it.
Ah, there we go. Right, let's try it again now. Taking the nozzle off. Still not doing anything.
I don't know if it's. I don't even know if it's filling up, is it?
I don't think it is. This is third time lucky, we hope.
She says it takes a while to come out.
Right, okay.
Does you have to wait?
So it's resetting.
She said if this fails, try the next one. Pump along.
Oh, there is another one then. Well, it's still not doing anything. Is it working now?
It is now.
But the dial's still empty. Oh, we're in business.
And then twisted the nozzle clockwise.
Oh, you div. Right, we finally got gas going into it. But you don't fill it, do you?
No, you only put 10 litres in the 7.5 kilos. You have to have a look at the instructions before you choose what to do. But this will take 14.5 litres normally, but we can only put 10 in.
At least we know of somewhere we can come now to fill it up. And
For how long?
there's a drive-through Starbucks right next to it. Win-win.
Happy days. This is where it starts to take off.
Do you need this back?
What's it say? This is where it...
That made me jump. Right, so we finally got the gas sorted. It's currently in between my legs. Feels dead cold now, that does. Yeah, another job ticked off the list. So Josh has just hooked the gas up and he's just using this leak detector spray just to see if there's any leaks, but we think there may possibly be one because, well, you can hear it, can't you? Yeah, it does. Yeah, gas actually smells really horrible. I didn't even know gas had a smell, but I was expecting it to smell like house gas, but it smells horrid.
So last time you've seen us, we had a leak on the regulator. It was quite bad. So what we've done is we've just completely removed that piece of pipe and just reseated a new bit of pipe with a new olive. So we've also put a protective film on it, protective piece of pipe just to protect it through the hole. So we just had some leftover pipe. That's not leaking anymore, we've checked that. The manifold's not leaking either. We've followed the pipe underneath the sink, and on the manifold down here there was a couple of leaks you can't really see. They were bubbling. They weren't nothing major, but they were slightly bubbling. So we've fixed those, reseated those back in, just retighten the nut on them. I think we over tightened it, which can be a problem as well. So this is the big switch on.
I don't know what that noise was.
So this bloody thing's not working either.
I think we have got another one in the glove box, if that one's not working.
Right, so this is a trusty old where Ali's 20 Marlboro lights come from.
Oh, get it. Come off it and have a smoke.
So you ready?
Yep.
Big drum roll.
Oh, we had it. Look at that.
So I think you turn it down to,
Yeah.
that's the,
Oh, we can make ourselves a cup of tea now on the proper gas hob instead of having to use the camping stove every time.
so we've disconnected the the plug socket. Don't get too close, you'll melt the camera. Let's test this one. Wow, that one.
Oh, that one went straight up.
So yeah.
That's amazing.
God, it lets off some condensation.
That will do. Gas is moist, isn't it?
Yeah, so really happy with that actually,
Yeah.
for first time. Not bad at all.
Two major accomplishments in one day.
Yeah, we have to have spent ages trying to find LPG. I want to turn these off now.
Yeah, turn it off.
Yeah, quite an accomplishment, but still going to tread carefully on this because we've not had it inspected yet. I'm going to wait, do some driving round, and then just retest it again just to make sure that they are seated correctly. Everything's fixed down, but I just want to make sure that with the movement of the van that everything's all sorted and it's not leaking. Same with the water. I want to retest all the water again. I'm not going to leave that pressurised while we're not in here. Yeah,
make sure your gas is safe because it is no laughing matter gas, is it?
Over the moon with today's progress. We've got loads done.
We have, yeah. I'm
Once
happy with it at the minute.
Once I've figured out the wine on the boiler, that's it. The bed is to be
We're
made,
there.
and we're on the home straight.
I swear we say this in every video, we're nearly at the finish line, but we actually are nearly at the finish line now. Go on, one more. Oh, should I have a cup of tea to celebrate?
Yeah, why not? We'll have the door open though, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Just in case there's any gas. But man, that gives off some. That gives off some serious
roaring,
heat.
aren't they?
Obviously, you can have one low.
Yeah. All right, turn them off. Scares me.
I know. Don't trust my workmanship.
No,
But
I do.
let's also review what else we've done.
Look at that!
I mean, that is immaculate.
I love the spray that. I mean, it's completely unnecessary, but it's cool.
Over the moon.
Tea time.
Yeah, 100%. So what was just repeat your stupid question that you just asked me. Alex.
Well, I asked him if I can now fill the kettle up from this tap. I wasn't sure. I don't know. I just like to make sure. But yeah, you can.
Boil it.
But this is exciting. Like it really is little things like this. Being able to fill your kettle up from your own working tap.
And we've freed up cupboard space because we don't need bottled water anymore.
Yeah.
Because we don't really drink clean water, do we? Like filtered water.
No, we only drink dirty water.
Dirty boiled water.
No, it's just little things like this that make me really excited. And not having to use that bloody camping stove all the time to make a drink. I need to learn how to use this myself.
So she doesn't know
I
how to
really
use it.
don't like these lighters.
So what you do? No, you don't do that first. You push it down, then twist it, then you light it. But you have to be quick with your lighter.
Push it down.
Push it down
and twist it this way.
Yeah. Gas is on. Gas is on.
I wasn't.
So as soon as you go, gas is on. So you have to light it. So I'll twist it.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Just do it.
It's gonna blow
Just
up
do it quick.
on me.
Just do it quick.
I can't do it. I need one of those stick lighters.
Just do it quick. You got to be quick.
It's gonna burn
my God! Just hold
me.
that, you bloody pussy.
Right. Thank you. There we go.
What a win. Thank you. Oh, it's not hot.
Your first cup of tea ever made on our proper stove.
Made from tank tap water and tank gas. And if you ever get these cups, they're not hot from the outside.
Well, they're dual walled, so you don't feel the heat.
So you have to be careful when you take a drink because you think they're not going to be hot because the cup's not hot.
But it means you don't ever burn your hands.
You do burn your lips.
Little family cup of tea.
I'm paranoid I can smell gas, but I think I've just got the smell stuck up my nose.
Careful.
And I think the gas isn't even on, we've turned it off now, but I'm paranoid I can smell it.
We're literally just sat on the drive having a cup of tea when we could be in the warm house, but instead we're sat in the cold van. I bet loads of people do this, just sit on the van.
What's weird is we've had like what felt like a really unproductive day, but we've actually got loads done. Like we've got the water turned on and the gas.
Major
and
accomplishments.
Drove a million miles to find LPG.
And I painted.
Yeah. All of 3 seconds. What have you done with the thing anyway?
It's out there drying.
So I think that's going to wrap it up for this week. Next week, depending on the weather, we're either going to be, if it's bad weather, we'll be at the Caravan and Camping Show.
Possibly.
Yeah. If it's good weather, we'll be finishing the boiler setup. So we'll be doing the electrics on the boiler, and then we'll be doing the gas testing on that. And then it'll be a case of testing that. And then
I'd like to do some decorating. So we bought some fabric for blinds that you maybe saw in a video ages ago now. We just haven't bought the wood to do it yet, have we? So I'd like to get them done.
We've got
then just all the decorative stuff. Yeah.
And then it's trying to get the bed in.
Oh, and a box for down there as well.
Yeah, we're going to do that last though, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once everything's in, and so yeah. Sorry it's been a bit mismatched this episode. It started on Monday when we didn't have stuff to go around. But yeah, all in all, it's turned out a really good, productive couple of days.
Yeah, it has. Really has.
I might treat myself to a shower in the morning. Nice cold shower. So yeah, thank you for watching, and remember, if you like the video, to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.
Catch you on the next one, guys. Bye. Oh. Bye-bye.
We'll turn this around. Don't turn this around.